Good evening, I'm Bo Williams, and welcome to the 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories that are happening right now. And topping the list for us tonight, the storm that was Hurricane Idalia now weakened to a tropical storm. We're just starting to get an idea of some of the damage done. As a matter of fact, first, we want to show you where the storm is. This is a live look out of Myrtle Beach. This is North Myrtle Beach right now. So if you vacation in the Myrtle Beach area, you know the area I'm talking about, North Myrtle, Cherry Grove, Windy Hill, those areas. We can see right now the storm starting to make the impacts there. Rain coming down, heavy cloud cover, obviously windy conditions for you, but we'll continue to monitor this. We'll talk with Ken coming up here in just a little bit, but I want to give you kind of a look at where it is now. Now look at this for a second. This is what we know so far. 485,000 customers without power in 4 states. Outages range from Florida to Georgia to the Carolinas. The storm made landfall as a Cat 3 hurricane, spawned tornadoes near Charleston. Dozens rescued from floodwaters in St. Petersburg, Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis says there's no confirmed fatalities. However, there have been reports of at least 1 death. Also, President Joe Biden spoke with governors of each impacted state offering to mobilize support. But you can see some of the damage there. Obviously, also the military helping out. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of work like that, cutting back those tree branches and those down power lines, getting everything back up and running. Now, one Knoxville native is experiencing her first hurricane with Idalia. Bailey Alexander says Tennessee weather could not have prepared her for this storm. Alexander just graduated from the University of Tennessee, took a job in Tampa about 3 months ago. She has lived in Knoxville her entire life up to this point. Alexander knew moving to Tampa would mean she would have to deal with hurricane season, but she didn't think it would come this quickly.
We didn't start getting rain until about 8 or 9 last night. The sky was gray. It honestly looked like a movie yesterday. It was like just white and gray the entire day. There was no sun. And I got snacks. I honestly charged all my battery packs. I had everything out ready to go.
Alexander's workplace closed for the storm today and yesterday. She lives in the north side of Tampa, where the community there expects rain to remain in that area for really a few days. But tonight, she tells us she's just glad to be okay. And we are too. We do want to get you up to date on where the storm is. We showed you those live looks a moment ago out of North Myrtle Beach. Let's check in right now with Chief Meteorologist Ken Weathers over in the Storm Center to kind of walk us through Idalia and what's left and where's she heading now.
Tropical storm right now, about 70-mile-per-hour winds, kind of northwest, if you will, of the Savannah area, moving to the northeast. You can see the bands of heavy rain. Now, we've had some high clouds really throughout the day here, and if you look real closely, just below the 2 L's in Knoxville, there was one isolated shower earlier this afternoon in the 5 o'clock hour between downtown Gatlinburg and Mount LeConte. That's been about it. Temperature 78. We've cooled off now, and you've probably noticed the winds have been brisk at times out of the northeast. This is partially due to Idalia, counterclockwise winds around that, and then clockwise winds around an area of high pressure sitting over the Great Lakes. So the combination of those two funneling winds right down through the valley. That's why we have sustained winds still, some double digits across Jamestown, Harriman, down through Athens and Dayton, even into Maryville and Townsend. We'll hold on to about 5 to maybe 15-mile-per-hour winds at times tonight. Clouds will thin out, and it's cool, mid to upper 50s in spots to near 60 here in Knoxville. So finally, some cooler temperatures out there. And tomorrow looks great. Lots of sunshine, low humidity. We're at about 82 degrees. Don't forget the sunglasses tomorrow. Winds not as brisk, but they'll still be in that maybe 6 to 12 mile per hour range. But we're not done with the heat and humidity just yet. In fact, we're back into the muggy category pretty soon. I'll tell you what temperatures will be like by the weekend coming up in a minute.
All right, Ken, thank you very much. Our next Big 7 story for you right now, getting a handle on what happened and didn't happen with the state legislature's special session on public safety. It's been a bit more than 24 hours now since the House and Senate adjourned, the session going 6 days and bringing flared tempers, finger pointing, with a handful of bills making it through the process. Now, called by Governor Bill Lee as a response to the Covenant School shooting back in the spring, the session aimed to make progress on protecting schools and public places from mass shooters. But the legislation wound up taking a back seat to conflicts between lawmakers and with activist groups. Along the way, we saw clashes over carrying signs into the session. The issue went to court, where that part of the General Assembly's rule package was blocked. Now, House and Senate lawmakers clashed even within the supermajority Republican Party over gun control proposals, and Democrats at one point walked out of the House chamber after one of their members was ruled out of order and would have been silenced under the new rules. All the while, we heard little in public from Governor Lee. Today, though, he was in East Tennessee, and we wanted to know, well, how he felt about the days of drama.
There was progress. Whenever you have progress, you should celebrate that progress. And what's most important about the success of the special session is that it started a very robust conversation that will continue into sessions beyond.
By the way, Governor Lee's East Tennessee visit included, look at this, learning about Pellissippi State Community College's technology and motorsports SAE race car, a hands-on experience. That's the governor right there. Governor Lee getting some time behind the wheel today. Back in Nashville, though, the General Assembly feels more divided than ever. Republicans say they'll come back in January and accomplish more.
We're going to come back and sit down and talk to them and work with them again, just like we would always. And so we're not going to allow this disagreement or the leaving here and not continue to focus on stuff.
Us leadership and the people over in the House I have a great deal of respect for, and I don't hold any animosity towards any of them, and I don't think any of the members of the Senate do.
It was about being in a position to go back to the NRA and justify to them taking that blood money so they can stay in office. That's all it was. It's despicable.
They will ask what our leaders have done over the past week and a half to protect them. As a mother, I'm going to have to look at my 9-year-old in the eye and tell her nothing.
Our next Big 7 story for you tonight, Tennessee's only woman on death row asking again for the court to spare her life. The new argument from attorneys for Gail Pike leans on a recent state Supreme Court ruling about sentencing teens for murder. Pike's trial, one of the most attention-grabbing in Knoxville's recent memory, going back to 1995 when Pike, 18 years old at the time, was charged with murdering another teen. It featured scandalous and gruesome details like a pentagram carved into the victim's chest and a piece of her skull kept as a souvenir. Pike was convicted and given the death penalty. If carried out, Pike's appeal points out she would be the first woman executed in Tennessee in more than 200 years. So far, Pike's appeal efforts, though, have failed. But now Pike's attorneys are pointing to the Tyshawn Booker case with a 16-year-old murderer given a mandatory life sentence, struck down back in November. Tennessee's highest court ruled the legal system must have the ability to consider other circumstances, including age, when a person convicted of murder has not yet reached 18. While Pike was 18 years old, the appeal request points out that she was just 6 months older than her 17-year-old boyfriend and co-defendant, who is eligible for parole in 2026. Our next Big 7 story for you, or stories, with 2 bodies found in Fort Loudoun Lake in really a matter of 2 days. Now, we're told around 10 this morning, officers received a call about a body floating near a private dock on Carroll Lane. When deputies arrived, they discovered a dead male. Detectives still working to identify that body tonight. Now, it's been taken to Knox County Regional Forensic Center for further examination. Last night, another unidentified man was found in Fort Loudoun Lake. The Blount County Sheriff's Office Special Operations Response Team recovered that body, sending it to the Knox County Regional Forensic Center for an autopsy. Well, big money for flood fixes in our next Big 7 story for you tonight. City of Knoxville putting more than $2 million, most of it, we're told, from federal economic rescue funding for stormwater repairs or upgrades. Now, this covers several places, including the Bluegrass area. Remember the major flooding? This was several years ago. So again, keep that in mind. But that's the largest project with the city and county working to improve drainage out of a pond that's been dubbed Bluegrass Lake. Other improvements are on Cherry Street, Baum, and Aaron Drives. Well, Appalachia Bear Rescue sharing that they have lost a young cub, the cub passing away. The young black bear was found injured on the side of the road right in the middle of last night's thunderstorms. We're told the cub, nicknamed Thor, died at UT's veterinary clinic after ABR curators rushed over to save the injured bear. The bear had injuries on its front legs, shoulder blades, leaving it really unable to walk on its own. The curators at ABR, who took responsibility of the cub, had to make the tough decision to let it go. But ABR did bring one new cub in yesterday. ABR, take a look, sharing this video of a black bear cub's first moments in the wildlife enclosure. You can see Turnip getting used to his new home, crawling around, but mostly hiding up on the treetops and some of the wooden enclosures before taking a dip in the pool. Turnip will stay, by the way, in this enclosure until he is big enough to head back out into the Smokies.